So as I've said, I'm sort of just doofing around during this winter event. I'm trying to find something to do during the day, and I found that vault project. And those vaults all the way up the top there, as you can see. And the other thing I was thinking of doing was creating a penguin army. My stabby feet. Oh, they have stabby feet. They have knives for beaks. And creating them, running them in the water as a little attack squad like I do my Dimorphodons. And I thought I'd give them a test today. I thought we'd take them out. They're not really ready. I would love to. I need to get this health number up around the 1500 to 2000 point before I really feel happy with these. They have a pretty high melee damage to start, and their movement speed is really nice. So I think they'll keep up with my shark. So we're going to give that a shot today. Because why not? I've got nothing to do during the day while I wait for Raptor Claws to show up and give me toys. I advise everybody when it comes to these events to run the event, you know, when the events come up, because look at some of the stuff I've picked up, right? Let's see. I've got almost a full new set here. My fur armor's taken a pretty hefty upgrade, at least a couple pieces. You know, I'm getting like shotguns, compound bows. That's just from a regular beacon. It's pretty decent, man. It's pretty nice. So I would say if you're, you know, between building a project or working on an event like this, always take the event. At least that's what I do. You know, just because I do it doesn't mean it's right, but it's how I usually handle things. And I'm just going to put some stuff away and then we'll go. Before we head out, one of the things I wanted to point out is I can actually take Death Star here with me. He has 600 oxygen, and I've taken him underwater with me many times. I find that I go up to the surface more often than he needs oxygen, but this is going to be a long run. I'm actually going to be looking for a new shark, so I'll leave him up here this time. And another thing I'm going to be doing is adding a whole bunch of these masks from the Alpha Rexes. I think I've got enough to do the whole group. If not, I've got Alpha Rex masks, Alpha Raptor masks as well. I think they look pretty cool. And the only thing that's holding me up right now is that I need to get more flak helmets. These are all flak helmets under here. Most of them are. Right now, I don't have a full set. Gee, for some reason I'm short metal. I really don't know why, guys. I don't know why I'm short metal. But for some reason I am, so I can't make them all flak helmets instantaneously like I usually would. But for this test, you know, I'm going out with a really strong shark. I should be able to kill anything in my way. And we'll see how it works out. Actually, if you're out there doing this event, I found a really good way to get presents. I just stand on my bird, grab the present. Thought I'd show you that really quick. So if you're in competition for these with other people, I mean, I can grab this before that guy comes over. Even if he does, my bird's going to fly away with me on the back. So if you're in competition for these, you know, that's a lot faster than most other people are going to be picking them. It's the same way I do beacons. I run the bird right up to it and just stand on the back and run away. And I like to use the Quets over, you know, a Pterodon, which is a much faster bird. You might be able to get there quicker because A, they drop really slow, and B, Quetzes are ridiculous. Look at this, 10,000 health and 12,000 melee damage, not even fully up, 100 melee damage. They're just ridiculous. 200 movement speed. Coupled with the fact that I don't have to get off the bird, this is a much better platform for something like this. So let's talk about the basic stats of my little penguin army here. The big thing about them is A, they're very quick on the water, which means they can probably keep up with something like my shark, although I really doubt that they'll be able to keep up with my dolphin. B, they gain health very quickly. Each time I put a point of health into them, they gain about 150 health. It's sort of ridiculous. When you get a lower level, when they gain a lot less health, you really want to get high level ones. They're super easy to get. It's just a big waste of darts. You got to use darts. You can't use bolts. You probably can use the new shock prod thing that came out. I had one. I lost it. This melee damage number is fairly impressive, but it's a lot less so when you consider that the base damage is 8. So this is, right now, with its 457 damage, looking at a damage of about 36. So this is actually attacking about the base of a wild Carno right now. Which is not bad. Not bad. And we can obviously raise that. I'm going to bring their health up first. These guys are weak. So let's bring them in the water, see what they can do, and I expect to lose some of them. The other thing we should note is I can put a helmet on them. That means that I can raise their armor quite a lot. Like this one's wearing a 153 armor helmet. So these are going to be pretty damn tough once I get all this. So let's give them a go. So the stabby feet speed on land is no great shakes. They're way slower than me, obviously. They're really the place they shine is when you hit the water. See, once they're in the water, they're pretty ridiculous speed-wise. And let's see how they do trying to follow Tad. This is really the test for these. If they're way slower than Tad, then I need to raise their... I'll need to raise their movement speed, which will lower the value of the creature quite a bit. I need something that can travel with this guy. I don't even know where the heck they are right now. They are quite a bit slower than Tad. But, you know, we'll go find something to kill. What they do at the actual killing part, because I might still be able to use them for basic base defense. Now, they can keep up with Tad when I just run without using stamina. Which would mean that I would need to pretty much double their speed, which would be a really large increase in waste of levels to get them there. I don't really think I'm willing to take the time to do that, but they might be a fun toy. Alright guys, I can see, I think, a shark and some anglerfish in front of us. Well, let's see how they do against those. The anglerfish will have approximately 400 hit points. Shark between 5 and probably 1,000 hit points. I'll take one hit on this level 40 shark, and then I'm going to sort of walk, see what happens. Well, I took that guy down pretty good. I think his defense they might work out. Here, I must let this shark attack me. That's sort of a pretty one. Sad if that's a high level shark. Oh, level 76, that's not so great. I need some meat anyway. Part of the reason we're down here is to feed the base. So I'll grab some meat from one of these. It's really not a test until we hit something a little tougher. I don't really want to go after Mossy. Although we will. I mean, if we lose a few of these, it's no big whoop. We want to do it with something more, that has some hit points, but not so much oomph that it's going to just knock out the whole pack. This shark could honestly just rip these guys to shreds, but that wouldn't be much of a test. That thing runs, so it should be interesting to see how they keep up. Yeah, this thing's running away. They don't seem to really care. There's a 100 level 116 angler. That should be an interesting kill for them. That's got significantly higher DPS and health. Nice. Probably looking at about 1,000 health there. Didn't lose anybody. Well, this should be interesting. We're in the... Oh, there's a plesiosaur right there. I know, and I can't show you anything because it's foggy, but I'm pretty sure by shape that that's a plesi. That means we'll be fighting two plesies with these guys. They will absolutely hit back, and they'll hit back hard. We'll get a real good look at what these fellas can do. That might even be a mossy. Now it's a plesi. Where there's one, there's always two. So see what happens. I haven't taken any attacks. That Plezzy got wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. It's just too dark for us to really see anything. There should be another one of these showing up. But I guess not. There's another Plezzy right there. Let's give that guy a bite. Oh, Mr. Plesiosaur. How is your day? Would you like to make a friend? Friends. Friends. God, it sounds like a bad jazz single. Just tremendous amounts of tap dancing. It sounded like tap dancing, didn't it? I wonder if penguins do jazz hands unless they kill things. So, you know, if I increase the size of this pack to about 30, it's about a dozen right now. Perhaps it could be used in the method, you know, to kill whatever's coming. You know, there's something coming. I don't really know what they're going to add for this, you know, this alpha thing. My guess is an alpha shark, which will mean a really large, a pretty large alpha strike. You know, it's going to hit really hard, really fast. It's going to hit on a wide angle of attack. And it'll be hitting, you know, mostly in the front. All animals hit underneath, around them, you know, underneath them, well, in this game. But the shark's attack is focused to the front of these fins. These, you know, I know you can't see very much, but the front of these two large fins here is where most of the attack hits. Something I hope you guys have noticed about these little guys is that they don't circle. And most other underwater creatures, the Sarco, the Plesio, these Megaloceros, Megalodon rather, they circle. These guys go in, and they just start attacking, and they just keep attacking, and they attack pretty dang quick. So that is nice. It's like they attack about once a second, which is on par with some of the faster land animal attacks. Not quite raptor speed, but not bad. Not bad at all. So, if, say, they added an alpha Megalodon, the attack of the Megalodon, they'll spin. They like to spin around and attack. These guys will go straight in for the kill. These guys may actually be able to kill something of that nature. That might be very interesting. And I'll certainly test it. You know, these will be fully min-maxed out. And I'll certainly test that as soon as they bring out that alpha water creature. But for now, guys, I think we're just going to take the penguins, oops, and run the, hopefully they're not going to stick me in here, and keep them on and develop them out a little bit more. They'll just sort of hang out up on this hill. Actually, bring them over to the base. They can actually eat. Alright guys, hopefully some of that was fun for you guys to watch. And I will see you next time. Hopefully with something more on the big base. This event should be over fairly soon and I should be back to farming up this monstrosity. You know, fun little toys inside. Took a little bit of metal and a little bit of farming, but nothing like what we're going to do to make that big job. See you guys later. And I decided to take a look and see what kind of damage these guys took. Because you can tell, you know, if they took hits, and they did obviously take some decent hits in the water.